Hi everyone, and welcome to another episode of Fighting Evil by Booklight. And we have returned. We have not done our TBR game since January, but we have returned. We have revamped our cards, and I am so excited to play today. I have also done a little bit of repair on my wheel. Now let me explain how the game works. So essentially in the TBR game, I have 5 turns. The very first turn, what I do is I spin the wheel and it will select one of these characters and they will correspond to a genre card. Now that can be like manga, thriller, etc. Now the second spin, that will pick the book. So I have 6 options for every single card, and I will draw a number from 1 to 6, and then from there I will have my book chosen for that turn. We have 5 turns, so we have 5 potential books. And now, I don't know about you, but I cannot wait to start and to see what will happen. Who knows what I will have for my books? Who knows what the wheel will spin for me? Let's find out right now. Starting with spin number 1. All right, so that is Sailor Saturn. Now let me see exactly what card Sailor Saturn corresponds to. All right, so Sailor Saturn corresponds to romance. Now we have 6 potential titles: Blood Like Magic, A Lot Like Adios, The Ex-Hex, Essex Serpent, Always Never, and Fence. Okay, so I don't know what it is going to pick, but let us do our next spin for our book number. Okay, so it's looking like number 4. This is Essex Serpent. This is a book that I started quite a long time ago. I put it down and I haven't looked at it again in years. So I am likely going to start this from the very beginning. It is part ghost story and part natural history lesson, part romance, part feminist parable. London. 1893, seeking refuge after the death of her husband, Cora Seaborn departs for coastal Essex. Once there, she hears rumors that after nearly 300 years, the mythical Essex Serpent, a fearsome creature that once roamed the marshes, has returned. Eager to investigate, Cora is introduced to parish vicar William Ransom. As they attempt to discover the truth, these seeming opposites find themselves inexorably drawn together, and as their pursuit becomes more urgent, Cora's London past follows her to the coast with striking consequences. Okay, so let's make sure I finally read and finish this book. It has been some time. I'm not sure why I put it down, but let's just start it again from the beginning and complete it. And sorry, you may hear a little bit of noise in the background. I hope you don't mind. We live on a busy street. All right, so let's do turn number 2. Starting with our genre card. So we have Sailor Mars, and Sailor Mars also represents romance. So let's see what we have here. All right, so these are the same titles I had mentioned before. Let's do our next spin for the book. If it lands on 4, I have to spin again. All right, this is exactly in the middle, so I'm just gonna spin one more time. Okay, number 6. Okay, we have our graphic novel Fence. This is a romance, an LGBT contemporary. I have sort of been wanting to read it for some time. I can access it through my Hoopla, and I'm so looking forward to it because I have just seen it so many times, you know? And I feel like sometimes when a book, you just keep seeing it over and over and over again, you may be destined to read it in the future. I don't know about you, but that is how I think about it. Okay, now let's do turn 3. Okay, now if I am looking on it straight on, it is actually going to the cat books. Okay, now I have 6 contenders. Contender 1, I am a cat. Contender 2, a cat, a man, and 2 women. Cat's Cafe, Herding Cats, The Eyes of the Cat, and A Cat Story. Now let's do our next spin for the number. Going to number 3. Oh, I'm so happy. Number 3 is Cat's Cafe, which is a cute graphic novel. I have heard so much about it. Just look at the cover right here. I've heard it's adorable. It has super high ratings. Again, I can access it through Hoopla, which is an app that you can download. It may be available to you too. I'm not sure. These are looking so good so far. All right, so let's do turn number 4. I don't know what it's going to pick for me, but I hope that I can get a new release. I don't know. So Tuxedo Mask is for the card Add a Book. So basically I get to spin the wheel and it will land on a number between 1 to 6. And I get to add a book on top of my TBR. So I am supposed to be picking 5 books, so it will end up being 6 because it is adding a book. Fantasy. Oh, I'm not really sure what type of book. But I'm gonna go to that fantasy card and see what I have, and I'm going to pick a shorter book because this is adding on top of all the books. So I'm gonna choose number 6, which is Her Body and Other Parties. This was gifted to me, and you can actually see it in my Christmas haul from, I think it was like a year or so ago. And yeah, I think that it will be great. Let me just read the synopsis to you. In her electrifying debut, Carmen Maria Machado blithely demolishes the borders between psychological realism and science fiction, comedy and horror, fantasy and fabulism. It includes 8 stories within them, and I think that this will be kind of an intense read, but a good one. Okay, so Tuxedo Mask, I added a book. Let us not add that many more, okay? Okay. Okay, so let's do turn number 5. Okay, so the genre is Sailor Moon, and this is Sailor Moon Standalone, which was one of my favorite cards because it is a graphic novel. Now we have 6 contenders, all of which look fantastic. We have The Alchemist, Vagabond, Dragon Ball, Herding Cats, Cassandra Animal Psychic, and A Cat Story. I think some of these overlap with my cat books, so if it lands on one of these in another genre, then I will just do another spin. But let's see for this category to see exactly what manga or graphic novel I will read. Okay, number 6. Okay, this looks great. It is A Cat Story. Okay, so this is a novel about 2 irresistible cat friends on a journey to find their forever home. A journey inspired by the magic of art and storytelling. How cute is that? I hope that it will be great. I'm sure it will be. It is also another book that's accessible by Hoopla, so yay! And I'm looking forward to reading it. All right, so this is our final spin, unless Tuxedo Mask gets chosen, in which I will have to add another book, but we will see. Okay, so let's do our spin for book number 6. Okay, this is totally in the middle, so I'll spin again. Okay, this is for Sailor Neptune. And now Sailor Neptune corresponds to thriller / contemporary. So let's see what our contenders are. We have The Kindest Lie, Black Girls Must Die Exhausted, Indians on Vacation, The Strangers, The Last Confession of Autumn Casterly, and To Paradise. Now, I love thrillers and I love contemporary, so each one of those contenders are books that I would love to read, but like really love to read. Okay, and let us do our final spin. Okay, this is awesome because this is Indians on Vacation by Thomas King, and it is awesome because if you have watched my previous wrap-ups, which I will link, I mention so many of Thomas King's books. I really, really love to read his books. As you can see, I started to read this quite a while ago. However, I put this down just very briefly, and I hadn't gotten back to it, but I wanted to get back to it in the summer. So I've only read about 38 pages or so I'll probably start it from the beginning just to kind of remember what this is about. So let's read the synopsis. Meet Bird and Mimi in this brilliant new novel from one of Canada's foremost authors. Inspired by a handful of postcards sent by Uncle Leroy nearly 100 years before, Bird and Mimi attempt to trace the journey of Mimi's long-lost uncle and the family medicine bundle he took with him to Europe. By turns witty, sly, and poignant, this is the unforgettable tale of one couple's holiday trip to Prague and beyond, where their wanderings through the European capitals reveal a complicated history, both personal and political. I can't remember, I think that this takes place during a summer holiday, and if so, I can potentially use this for my Hello Summer TBR. If you want to know more about that, we're doing a readathon June 25th to 26th, and if I can use this for one of the prompts, that would be just splendid. All right, everyone, so those are our books. We have Romance, Essex Serpent. We have Romance, Fence, Cat Book, which is Cat Cafe, or Cat's Cafe, I should say. Add a Book, which is Her Body and Other Parties. Cat Book, A Cat Story. And our contemporary, which is Indians on Vacation by Thomas King. Here they all are. And if you would like a reading vlog of me just doing my darndest to finish all the books, let me know. I'm so happy. This was such a fun experience. I'm so happy to be doing the TBR games again. And please let me know below which of the titles, any of the titles that I had mentioned today, would you be interested in reading? And also, if you have your TBR picked for June. Now, I do have one additional book, which I'm going to be reading for our book club, which is the Top Shelf Society book club. That will likely also be for my Hello Summer, Hello Winter readathon. That book is called They Never Learn, which is a psychological thriller where the two main female characters seek vigilante justice. Let me know if you will be participating in that as well. We will have details below. This month will be just awesome. I'm looking forward to reading everything. And we are looking forward to continuing on as we go throughout the year. I hope that you're having a wonderful day and all of the best in your June reads. That's everything for today. Bye!